Trump's deal just got body-bagged. Canada's retaliation shows who's really in charge. In a stunning display of defiance that has reshaped the balance of North American power dynamics, Canada has fired back hard against Donald Trump's so-called fair trade deal, completely flipping the narrative and signaling to the world that it will no longer play the junior partner in U.S.-led economic affairs. The crisis exploded after Trump unveiled a revised trade package filled with steep tariffs on Canadian steel, aluminum, dairy, and even digital goods, measures he claimed were necessary to protect American jobs and restore balance, but Ottawa wasn't having it. Within 24 hours, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney responded with sweeping retaliatory tariffs of their own, targeting over $25 billion worth of U.S. exports, including everything from American cars and agricultural products to tech infrastructure and fuel. What made this counterstrike different wasn't just the economic size, it was the message. Canada is done playing nice. Canadian officials made it clear that Trump's deal wasn't a negotiation, it was an ultimatum. And rather than buckle under economic pressure, Canada exposed what many now see as a critical weakness in Trump's strategy: overreach without leverage. The tariffs have already begun to bite in U.S. manufacturing hubs, with American farmers, auto suppliers, and small business coalitions crying foul as export routes get choked off. Even more symbolic was Canada's threat to halt cross-border energy transfers, including electricity to several northern U.S. states during peak summer demand. Economists and global trade experts warned that Trump's aggressive posture may have finally gone too far, emboldening allies to stand their ground rather than fold under the weight of U.S. economic muscle. Carney's government, backed by an unusually unified Canadian Parliament, declared that any nation, no matter how powerful, must face consequences for economic coercion. And the public reaction has been equally fierce. Canadian consumers have launched nationwide boycotts of American products. Media outlets have labeled the U.S. approach as economic bullying, and pro-Canada rallies are popping up in cities that rarely engage in politics. Trump, visibly frustrated at a rally, labeled Canada's response disrespectful and accused them of sabotaging the American economy, vowing to hit back even harder. But so far, Washington has offered no clear path forward, and internal divisions among Republican lawmakers are widening as fears grow that a prolonged trade war could destabilize fragile economic gains made under Trump's second term. Some insiders claim the White House underestimated how unified Canada could be, falsely believing that economic dependence would force compliance. Instead, Trump's deal may have done the opposite, provoking a nationalistic surge in Canada and emboldening other countries to adopt firmer stances in their own trade disputes with the U.S. In the fast unfolding battle of egos, policies, and power, it appears that Trump's deal has not only failed to intimidate, it's backfired spectacularly. And as Canadian retaliation bites deeper into the American economy, the message from Ottawa is clear. Sovereignty, dignity, and economic self-respect are not for sale. Trump may have launched this trade war expecting submission, but instead he's found resistance. And now the world is watching to see just how far Canada is willing to go to prove who's really in charge.